Devotion. Thank you guys so much for coming. This is kind of a big thing. This is probably the hardest event of the year for me because I have to talk and be animated and, you know, be up here and talk. So I'm going to do my best to keep everything rolling. But we're going to start just like this, right? Before I kind of introduce the team and all the hard work that these guys have done to go towards their black belts, we're going to start with our demo team. Let's give a big, big round of applause for them. Hey, you guys want to clean these bow staffs up a little bit, or who teaches bow staff in school anyways? Just do like this, just, which one is, whose is this one? Okay. Alright, we're good. Everybody got it? You guys didn't know this is a comedy show too, alright. Let's make sure my phone's still working. Okay, are we ready? You guys gotta be loud now. Are we ready? Yeah! team martial arts. But the truth is one, I can't do without the families, and two, I can't do without my team. So when I started the school in 2008, it was called Taylor's Martial Arts. I'm Wade Taylor. I really wanted to help. My goal was to have more of a team than it was to just be like a one-man show that does everything. And there's this great quote, and it's, let me see if I can say the damn quote. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with a team, right? Go together. So without my team, we don't have the success we have. So I'm going to start reading these names. If you hear me, come out here running. Sifu Chow, Sifu Laura, Sifu Nate, Instructor Zach, Instructor Harley, Instructor Harry, Instructor Ryan, Instructor Heidi, listen to you, Amber, come. So guys, this is the team. So we have all the way from our top instructors to our main instructors to the amazing Amber, who does kind of everything. So this is the life of the school. Without these guys, we don't have a team. So let's give them one more big round of applause. Thank you guys. I'm going to call you guys right back anyways. You want to stay here? You can stay if you want. All right, Heidi's going to stay. All right, so next up, basically, so those are the guys who run the school. When we have this black belt process, we call it the black belt experience, and it's a big thing. And I think somewhere it says when I'm going to explain it. But first, I just want to kind of bring up all the people that made it possible, right? So and if I leave you off with something, man, there's so many details. We did our best, so I just know I'll make mistakes and definitely hear about it. So these are the people that kind of helped. When we have a 6 a.m. training, they're there. They're helping the team with all their requirements, so I'm going to start calling those guys up. Lauren, Instructor Jason, Instructor Yokna, Instructor Larry, Seawall, Seaway, Eliza, and my goal is to this is Lisa and Black Belt, so we can put it up there. And of course, all the parents of the flight, these are the guys that have helped. And then these are the guys who were there at 6 a.m. or part of the test and everything like that. So again, thank you guys. And I may call you guys back to this and I will call you up one more time. I want you to get your steps in before your Sunday workout. Okay, let's give these guys help that flight. Let's give them one last time. All right, so I'm not only the MC, I'm also the DJ. So let's see if I can do this right. Introducing Flight 13. I'm going to yell out some names, just start running. Let's give a big hand as we come up top row for Maggie Gleason, Sophie Zero, Peyton Nye, This is all of Flight 13. These guys, they started training some people within the last 4 to 5 years, some people longer than that. Some guys started when they were the Tiger students at 4 years old. Some people, they've been training a long time, but this is their second or third group. Now what they have to do is we do hours and hours of training, and then you get introduced into the black belt experience. And so what happens then is they all make a commitment to go for their black belt. And they have to do, I don't know the numbers, so Laura maybe could tell you. She would like to talk on the mic, I think. I'm just joking. But they have, every week, this is what their training schedule would look like. 1 to 2 regular classes. A preparation class where they learn all their material that's going to be required. Sparring class, they just do spar, and then an endurance, kind of a cardio class where they're getting their endurance and technical training. And then, for everybody who is old enough, these guys have 8 6 a.m. trainings with me and Sifu Nate and the rest of the team. And those are kind of brutal. So these guys did all these hours of training, listened to me, up early, sparring, kicking, training. And a lot of times the hardest thing is that Friday to Saturday transition, where my wife and I, we have to recruit the grandparent help. And what happens is they come, they stay the night. The girls get to go to bed on a normal schedule. We train till dang near 10, and then you come, well, by the time you get home it's 10, and then you have to be back up at school at 6 a.m. So these guys did some really intense training over the last 8 months, and today they get to show their stuff and get awarded their black belt. Let's give them one more big round of applause. All right, so I'm going to go to the staging area and get my first 4 speakers up. Miss Gleason, can I borrow you one more time? So Josie, you have to do the video of your sister giving her speech. Sorry, Miss Gleason. Thank you. Jump up and down. All right. So let's go ahead. We'll start with Maggie and Miss Gleason. So Miss Gleason, she was part of the team this year. She's a great parent at the school for many years. Stand next to your daughter. Great parent at the school for many, many years. But with Maggie, every mile Maggie ran, Miss Gleason ran a mile with her, right? Every step, everything was done with Miss Gleason. So pretty much, she should be getting a black belt too. We'll work on it. But if you don't think I do have potty words. I'm going to say a few, or what do we call them, Avery? Avery, say daddy words. Perfect, yeah. So I got a couple of those. Sorry guys, but Miss Gleason wins a badass longboard. Let's go. Maggie, so this is just kind of, these little awards are just little things, and I'm going to kind of just chat about them real quick, because they're going to give their speeches, and that's kind of how I'll introduce it. So Maggie has the Running Spirit Award. Let's give her a big hand. And the Iron Belt Attendance. This is where Sifu Nate is probably most proud of this, because Sifu Nate doesn't like missing the class. I heard on his honeymoon, he wanted to go jogging. He thought that would be the best way he could see Hawaii, jog around. It is. But Sifu Nate will be on a family trip and make sure he's back for a Sunday workout. So anyways, so Maggie, those are yours. Would you hold those up? You can hold the mic in your speech. Are you ready? Part of what they have to do is kind of give a speech, which is, kind of tough. Right. Just start talking.
I wanted to be my student black belt because my sister Josie has one. She got it last year. My dad and my brother have black. My dad and my brother have black belts. Before I started, I didn't think I could get one. Could get a student black belt. I could get one because I didn't work hard enough. And I didn't know all the skills. I learned that I could do something if I practice and work hard. I can do more things I can think I can. I learned that big accomplishments can be hard too. Earning my student black belt is a big accomplishment. I had to do endurance classes, go to black belt prep, classes gone and traditional classes for 11 months. It was hard. I felt happy and proud when I passed the test. A student black belt shows that you're a leader. I want to be a leader at karate. I want to thank my dad, Josie and Henry, for helping me learn the skills. I want to thank my mom for running over 100 miles with me. I want to thank Sifa Chow for helping me get my student black belt.
So this is Jovi, and Jovi's a nursery black belt, and we gave her the award of Precision Master. When you guys watch her up here today, you're gonna just see some of the most clean, awesome technique. Let's let Jovi, your award.
April 2019 was possibly the best month of my life. That was the month of the words. Karate seemed so fun to do came out of my mouth. I would always look up to my dad when he was practicing in the garage and martial artist movie that parents would watch and think it was the coolest thing ever. Eventually, at my first ever intro with Susan Laura, and then immediately fell in love. She was the main reason why I joined Team Martial Arts. It felt amazing to know that there were other strong women training with me such a male-dominated sport. Fast forward to my first ever karate class. I was ready for anything. Second Susan Laura asked who wanted to join the in-house tournament. I was the first person to raise my hand. They had to make a modified kata for me since my first day, and I got first place because I was the only one in my bracket. A few months later, my dad, Mr. Z, joined, and we were by each other's side the whole journey until right here, right now. A few years later, in 2024, I became a black belt candidate and joined Flight 13. I want to thank my family, my instructors, Sifa Chow, Sifa Laura, Chief Wade, Instructor Larry, and Sifa Renee, my best friends Harley, Chelsea, Auntie, and Harry, and lastly, all the members of Flight 13 for being by my side and pushing me through this whole journey. I will be honored to wear this black belt and carry the responsibility that comes with it. Thank you.
We have a superhero spirit. Peyton is one of the most gentle, kind guys, and where he really shined actually was any of our community events. When we would do, we would kind of help out like at a Halloween festival, or we gave out a bunch of free hot chocolates downtown this year, and Peyton just is a superstar, that social being. I'm still waiting. His mom said he's kind of got a comedian something to him. I can't wait to see that part. But this guy was awesome, and the thing is too is he's more flexible than we'll see Nate, me, and pretty much everybody combined. This guy, once he can kick, he's going to kick everybody. So anyways, let's give Peyton a big hand.
Karate has been a big part of my life since I started way back when I was 4 years old. My mom wanted to enroll me because I was always crazy and active. Little did I know that I would be getting a black belt. So I want to thank my mom, dad, and family for pursuing me through my student black belt journey and for always being there for me. Also, thank you all the instructors for helping me be a better martial artist. In conclusion, the black belt journey has been the most rewarding experiences of my life. The lessons from the instructors will be some I carry with me throughout my life, and I will use them both on and off the mat. I know it has made me a stronger and better person.
All right, last but not least, this is Liam Spencer, and he's going to get the award of Commitment Champion. And what, I'm going to hold it or going to do it? So the Commitment Champion, he shows up on Friday at what time? 1 o'clock, noon, dang it, right? When the school opens on Friday at 4:30, he's there for his leadership class. Then the demo team goes, and he sits, and he takes the best spot. If you guys sit on the bench, you guys know that corner spot's the best. It's got the most rear end surface area. And so Peyton's there with his little lunch, and he's got his phone, and then he'll do his prep class, and then he'll do his sparring class. And he has it just kind of dialed in, and yeah, he'd be there all day on Friday. So and obviously mom and dad have to be part of this commitment too. Driving in there, you see dad come in with the helmet and the lunch. It's awesome. Just totally committed to this guy. So let's listen to Liam.
appreciate the opportunity to train with others and constantly am being encouraged to grow. I want to give thanks to Chief Wade, Sifu Nate, Sifu Chow, and Sifu Laura because they were the main reasons I never stopped working towards my black belt. And it's not just those four, it's everybody at Team Martial Arts that was helping me, and I appreciate all of the assistance to get my black belt. I also want to thank my mom and my grandma and my dad, who I do not think is here right now, for driving me there and encouraging me to go. I guess, yeah. And always helping me. Thank you.
All right, let's get out here for kicks.
Yeah, but there's no picture.
All right, guys, so this next part of the presentation of the demo, these guys are just showing some different style kicks, so feel free to go nuts, yell, scream, but each person has their different set of kicks. When the music starts, you guys can begin. Ready, set, go. quite a bit. Let me actually start with this. So, man, this guy, I was kind of tough on him. I said, listen, if you don't know this certain opinion, she'll be performing twice today, right? Certainly. Yeah. And he would get very nervous, and we had this really challenging exercise where if you did it incorrect, you got to bear crawl backwards up a hill. And it wasn't fun. And this poor guy, his leg was shaking, but man, that was the best performance that he had. And we were so proud of him. So you're gonna earn the All Heart Award. And this guy, him and his brother, they talk kind of quietly to each other, but they don't always, have the loudest energy in class. But somehow Cannon at the black belt test is one of the loudest guys. There's one other person that was like that too. But let's give Cannon a big, big hand.
Hello, everyone. So, I wanted to point out something from the Honors Black Belt test. Everybody remembers how hard it was, how grueling it was. But there was a specific moment in the run that really affirmed something to me. I was with Ion, Ridge, and myself. And there was this moment where we all fell into this sort of arrow shape, just perfectly in line with each other. And our footballs started to line up. And what that affirmed to me was the team that we have here, that we get our name from. This team is full of amazing and capable people who are going to go off and do great things. And without any of them, I don't think I or any of the rest of us could have gone through this. So I'd like to thank my team members, my instructors, Chow, my family, and Ridge especially, for going along the journey. And always ready to punch me, but always ready to bring me back up afterwards. So thank you.
So this is his brother, Ridge. And Ridge and Cannon, they give off like kind of a tough outward appearance, or they're not always like smiley, happy kind of guys. They're very focused. They definitely smile and laugh. But when you watch Ridge supports the heck out of Cannon. And then Cannon calls Ridge a liar. And Ridge said, there was one thing where he says, I run this hill every day. And Cannon just says, no, you don't. But they support the heck out of each other. It's fun to watch. Ridge is going to get the Road Warrior Award. And what that is he was one of our top runners. Our other top runner is also in this group. So Road Warrior was definitely a great one. And then Lightning Legs. This guy, he still hasn't tapped into his full potential, but this kid can kick, man. And let's give a big hand for Ridge.
All right, before I talk, I want to thank everyone at the dojo who helped me to get to this point where I can earn my black belt. Thank you to Chief Wade, the Sifus, the instructors, my fellow black belt students, and most importantly, my family for supporting me, especially Cannon for being with me through all those trainings. When I started this black belt process, I never expected it would end with 16 of us in my old middle school's gym. However, I welcome the change with open arms. The black belt means so much to me. It's the culmination of 7 years of work. I'm glad that I had the opportunity to earn it alongside this great group of people and martial artists, and I'm thankful for that.
So Neil can tell you, what's your fastest mile time? 4:37. So when we give him the top runner award, this guy flies. He'd be late to class, but it didn't matter. But hey, Neil would. But let's hear from Neil.
Doing martial arts was something that I always wanted to do as a kid. When I first stepped in this dojo, all I really wanted was just to earn my black belt. And throughout these years, there's been a lot of setbacks and a lot of difficulties, like training through Zoom during quarantine. But I still reflect on those moments and just think of all the joy and hard work that I got from this training. I want to give a big thanks to all the Sifus that have helped support me throughout this entire process. Without them, I don't think I would have been as tough or like as tough or as hardworking as I am today. I also want to give a big shout out to everyone in this flight. Seeing all of you working hard and being resilient was something that was really powerful to me. And finally, I also want to give a big thank you to my family who's supported me throughout this entire process and also to drive me to the 6 a.m. Blackwell schools. I'm excited to continue training with you all and making more memories. Thank you.
Okay, so next part, you guys can come up for your katas. So katas are a traditional part of martial arts. It's kind of like, go ahead, you guys can know. So katas are like a tradition. Come out for your katas, let's go! Nobody wants to hear me talk, they want to see you. So these are just a traditional part of their martial arts. So everyone's going to be doing different level katas and some katas from some different styles. So first they'll be doing some team performances, followed by some individual performances. All right? You guys are up.
I've seen it work, but now like goes on in his mind. It's like it's a sign, it's written
So, first up we got Jesse Hunsinger. So Jesse he earned the Spirit of Perseverance. Jesse's one of the easiest guys to work with. He's not going to ever make us think something's hard. If you have to run 6 miles instead of the normal 5, you're not going to hear from Jesse. Jesse's just going to put his head down and get it done. Whenever he's training, I look at him and Jesse just kind of nods his head yes. There was one moment in the process where he goes, "Sir, I'm a little nervous. Can you give me some encouragement?" My encouragement was pretty simple. I said, "I've thrown a lot of hard things at you, and every time you just accomplish it with no problem, right?" And he just goes, "Yes, sir." And that was all we needed. It's just a quick head nod, and Jesse's got it under control. So the Spirit of Perseverance will work for Jesse.
So I guess I want to thank you to all the people who helped me along the way. Like my parents for always pushing me to go ahead all the time and driving all the time. Thanks to my instructors for always pushing me and they realize you know where you're at. Yeah, thank you all of you for helping me and yeah, and also to just go back of I don't know what to call it, maybe process. Always teaching yourself how to always go through pain, always make the best of yourself. Well, and I have a little poem based on it. A heart that breaks is better than none at all. A leg that hurts is better than a call. Eyes that cry is better than dry. Somebody that dies is better than somebody that dies.
All right, next up is Grant. So Grant, this guy, I would tease Grant because you ask him to do something he doesn't want to do, and his body goes, oh. And then I go, now do a jump spinning hook kick and a jump spinning round, something or other, and he's totally fine. But this guy earned the Kick Master Award. This guy, yes, got some fun kicks. Let's give it up to Grant.
I completely forgot what to say because now I'm probably I gotta thank. For one, I gotta thank my mom for always driving me out everywhere. And then I gotta thank my aunt and uncle for always being here at the Black Belt schools and for sparring and for Wednesday class and for bringing Maddox over to demo and all that stuff. And then I gotta thank my dad. I probably gotta thank he was here. I gotta thank my dad because he's always been pushing me hard. Even before this, he's always been trying to get me to be healthy and work out. And I gotta thank my team. They've always been very fun to be around. They've always been very helpful. And especially Charles being the other person I've been more sessions with, he's been very helpful for learning. And all my instructors have been great. I have nothing to complain about.
My goal is to get as many of the parents to Black Belts as possible. So Charlie, he's got his dad, Mr. Jeffries, on the way there. We got him working towards his Black Belt already. But Charlie is, I don't want to say he's a man amongst boys, but this dude's strong. Like, and I mean, he doesn't look very strong. But I'm just, they were talking, so now I'm all stuttering. But with Grant, they'll get together after class and they'll do some extra sparring, and I just shake my head. It's just typical teenage boys going crazy. But I'm always proud of Grant because Charlie's hecka strong. And so when he hits hard, everything this guy does, so we're giving Charlie the Powerhouse Award. Let's give it up for Charlie.
First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming here today to watch us all get promoted. So I'm going to start off with some thanks. First of all, I got to thank the entire flight, all of Flight 13. They've been awesome, watching them grow along with me. They're training with me. It's been awesome to have them, and I wouldn't wish for anyone else to be training with me. I would do it all over again with these exact people. Just like that, I would also like to thank the instructors. You know, they're the ones taking time out of their days, out of their weekends to come over and train with us, especially those 6 a.m. ones. I mean, Sifu Nate, been there pretty much almost all of them. Same with Larry over here. They're getting up at 6 a.m. to train with us. I mean, usually I would think, you know, you want to sleep, but no, they got that perseverance just like us. And I want to also thank my family. They've been awesome. They've been supporting me through this entire thing. So I got to thank them for that. And finally, I want to thank my girlfriend. She's been such a good support to me, and I love her for that. So I'm going to give my final thoughts about the black belt experience here. You know, it's been awesome. I've loved every single second of it. And now I do have a love-hate relationship with some parts of it. I won't spoil anything, you know, just in case there's any future flight members in here. But it doesn't matter about my love-hate relationship with it. I have no regrets at all. I would do this whole thing over again. So finally, I want to thank you guys again for coming out here. Thank you.
All right, so Sifu Chow is our second third-degree black belt from the karate school. And let me just tell you a little bit. I'm kind of just telling some awards that he's kind of done. So the guy has, I'm reading the wrong thing, that's why it's making sense. It says you have 3+ years of experience. I knew there was something with the 3. He's going for third degree, I already said that. So we went to a tournament last year. This is my instructor's tournament at his school. And I took so much pride in watching this guy win first place in the black belt and advanced men category. And it was just really cool. He's got a killer traditional form. He's the leader of our demo team. And he's just honestly one of the best people. He's just an all-around good guy. We're lucky to have him. He's going to be performing a traditional kata, like kind of a competition form for you guys, and then we'll get on with the next part. So let me get that music going and we'll start.
Josie. student black belt, and I'm going for my intermediate student black belt.
My name is Nathan Estrada. I'm 14, and right now I'm a second degree student black belt, and I'm going for my honors black belt.
I am Jason Thompson. I am first one of the executive crew at 46 years old. I'm a first degree black belt, and I will be going for my second degree.
Very good.
I'm Harley Barnes. I'm 16. I'm a first degree black belt, and I'm going for my second degree.
My name is Eliza Franco. I am 15. I am currently a first degree black belt, and I will be going for my second degree black belt.
I'm Larry McMichael. I am the senior member of the executive crew at 55. I'm currently a second degree black belt going for my third degree. And on behalf of Sifu Nate and I apologize to the rest of our flight in advance. The only thing that I've heard that's more challenging than going through a black belt flight is going through a black belt flight with us. So they're in for some new adventures. We still haven't come up with what those are, but I'm sure we will.
I'm 25 years old, and for a while now. I'm a second degree black belt, and I will be going for my third degree as well.
Let's get one more minute. So this is the next group here. So Anshika, throughout this whole process, she's a senior in high school, right? And Anshika is like an overachiever. About 2 months before the process, she was writing every date and calculating every number. How am I going to hit this many classes and this and this and this and this? And I was just, I don't know. And then, I also had like every weekend, what are you going to go do? College. She would just say apps, college applications. And she eventually got into
Berkeley and USC.
Very talented martial artist, but she got the black belt brain.
So I'm going to start off my speech by sharing a quote from a former swim coach of mine when I was younger. It was, "Once you breathe underwater, you'll never want to stop." And so this is the way that I life's journey. It's through the lens of this quote. I originally started my black belt journey, as Chief Wade says, from the moment I stepped inside the dojo when I was 12. So I was a lot older than most of the white belts at the school. I had no intention of going past my orange belt, honestly. My mom was the one that pushed me, so thanks, Mom. And it was just another sport that I did on the sideline. But every day that I was at the dojo, learning something new, becoming stronger mentally and physically, training with everyone just felt natural. And I used to find every single excuse, loophole to spend more time at the dojo. Even during COVID, I used to spend hours on Zoom with Sifu Laura, learning pinions, self-defense combos, punch defenses, grab defenses, like everything that I could learn. When I came back, I genuinely just stayed after class and spent more time. So somewhere between then and now, my goal shifted to higher ambitions, and I wanted to get my black belt. So after multiple solid belt tests in the last 2 years, I was finally eligible to be a part of Flight 13 before I graduated high school. However, at the very beginning of the flight, I had fractured my wrist, and I was sidelined for the first half of the flight. I'm sure Lauren has a picture of me throwing a really high side kick, but my arm's kind of down here. Not correct form, but it was in a cast. So the biggest challenge that I kind of faced coming back to training and getting my black belt was the fear of potentially getting injured again and not ever getting that belt. But what motivated me, what pushed me, was the love that I have for martial arts. I always feel present and a sense of belonging when I come to the school. So I want to give out a shout out to all of Flight 13, all the TMA supporters, my family, my friends that pushed me through, and just honestly being there to support me. So to Flight 14, all the kids getting their first degree belts, and all the TMA kids in the audience that someday hope to get their black belts, there will be days where you want to give up, cry, and not wake up,
when your alarm rings at 5 in the morning. But as someone who went through this process with a lot of high ups and a lot of low downs, I would say it's worth it. This entire black belt process has made me such a better person. I've become more dedicated, more responsible for everything in my life. I found a community where honestly everyone feels like a second family at this point. And most importantly, I've become the core of my judgment. And I wouldn't want to trade this experience, especially with the people in this life, for anything. So I implore you to set higher goals for yourself and dive underwater, because once you overcome 10 challenges, 5, or even just 1, you'll never want to stop.
I make no promises that I might talk more about my wife. So if I do, that's okay. So before I kind of share the awards, Amber does so much for the school, and in this last year, we've gone from, she did another black belt test with me in Huntington Beach, which she kind of got roped into in the last minute because of me. As soon as we got back from our first trip to train in Huntington Beach, we put our house for sale. So in the middle of this process, this year, we have 2 black belts and a big house move, and she's just done it all while really being the, I don't know what you call it, the brain or the life force of the karate school, just keeping everything afloat, and just really, you've got Steve Childs, Flora, Steve Nate, all the other instructors keeping on the mat. I do something, I promise, I'm not sure what it is, and then Amber brings in all the people and is the communications with all the families and the parents. So she's just an amazing part of our business, and we're very lucky to have her for that. Next thing, so she gets a Badass Mom Award. Let's give her a big hand. And so just like I was talking about with Cannon, Amber is not the loudest person in the group, but she was one of the most supportive people in the whole team. Going back, when she finished her run, these 5 miles, she goes back and supports the next player or next person running by. And at the test, just like Cannon, they were usually quiet people, and they were 2 of the loudest supporting their team. So she got the Team Spirit Award.
Hi everyone, thank you for being here. My martial arts journey started about 10 years ago when I met Wade, or Chief Wade. And my first class was our 6th-ish date, I want to say. But that's a story for another time. My story today is about confidence. I heard a saying recently that said, consistency leads to competence, which leads to confidence. I remember when I started attending Friday night sparring class a few years into my training, and I was so nervous. I was nervous I would get hurt. I was nervous I would forget everything I was supposed to do, and I was nervous I would look like a fool in front of all the teenagers who were all better than me. So I took, and then I took a break from martial arts. We had 2 kids, and then I was even more nervous to come back. I felt like I was behind, but I continued to show up. Little by little, my consistency turned into competency, and I gained just the slightest bit of confidence. And now comes this year, I'm in sparring class, and my husband is giving pointers on someone else on how to beat me in sparring. And you would think I would be really offended that he was helping someone else and not me, but I was actually really, really proud because it made me reflect on how far I've come. And I'm no longer that person who needs that little extra bit of confidence that I did before. Transformation is an ongoing process that may seem ordinary, when in fact something extraordinary is taking place. When I'm not training and earning my black belt, I also help run the karate school, and I have the opportunity to talk to a lot of families who are interested in having their kids start in martial arts. And I'm often explaining the benefits of our program, like increased confidence, strengthened leadership skills, perseverance in the face of long-term challenges, and most importantly, a community where you feel that you belong. And this black belt experience has given me all of those things. I'm honored to be among those who've been through this process, training in martial arts and earning my black belt. It's a very cool feeling. Last thing, there's a saying that it takes a village to raise a child. It also took a village for me to earn this black belt. So thank you to all of our instructor team who's kept the school running this whole year and always. We can see Flora and instructor Heidi took helped me with so many things. Thank you to our friends and students at the karate school who helped take care of our kids on late Friday nights while I was in class and Chief Wade was teaching. Thank you to Avery and Willow, who make me want to set a good example of being strong, confident, healthy, and active. I want to say thank you to my mom and Wade's parents for all of the babysitting help every Friday and Saturday that we had early morning trainings, and to my dad, who I know is watching over and cheering me on. Thank you to Chief Wade for pushing me to some extreme limits, telling me it's okay to cry as long as I don't give up, and for making this really special black belt experience that has changed me for the better. And to my husband, who in our household is in fact a different person from Chief Wade, for always believing in me more than I believed in myself, and I love you. Congrats to all my fellow candidates. It's been an honor to train with you.
Jeremy Zulo. Who the heck is Jeremy? Or is it Jared? I'm terrible with that stuff. All right, so we call him Mr. Z, right? So Mr. Z is a huge part of the school. He's one of the instructors. I don't know how he does it. He's always around. He's always there. Makes a ton of time for us. Through the pandemic, there's so many people that helped in different ways. But him and his daughter, they were there teaching all the classes. I think I would be. I think Sifu Chow and Laura might be online. Sifu Nate was outside, and we were inside. Like we'd have 3 classes going in 3 different directions, and just an amazing guy. He's also like a 3rd degree black belt in another style. So it takes a lot to humble yourself, to kind of start again, but he really wanted to do this with his daughter, and it was so awesome they got to do it together. So we're going to present Mr. Z with the Sensei spirit. He really embodies that martial arts lifestyle, and just awesome.
Everyone helped me kind of get through this process. Definitely the Chief Wade, Sifu's instructors, my flight themselves. It was a very challenging experience to go through it, but I do want to give all my thanks out there. Everyone, thank you for dragging me through this process. It was I did love every single moment every day of it. But I do want to kind of go through kind of a little bit of the backstory. Basically, a little bit of how I got here. So I'm a very avid, or I was a very avid martial artist, but as life has a way of doing it, also not so subtle ways, it informed me that I need to close that chapter of that book. So during that time, I kind of took fast oil on my weapons, I wrapped them in rags, I took all my armor, folded it together, folded up my last of my keys, gently fit them into my footlocker, locked the locker, then I kind of just hid it in my garage, thinking that would be the end of it. That was the end of that chapter. And then, as life tends to do in oh so not so subtle ways too, it opened up a whole new chapter. I got married, I had a daughter, and then one time, while we were cleaning out the garage, she was playing in the garage, and she stumbled across what she must have thought looked like a treasure chest of it was dusty. I wanted to open it up and take a look at it. There must have been treasure inside. So my wife helped her open it up, and inside were these sparkling, shiny objects. There was cloths, there was reds and blacks, there was pieces of wood and shiny objects in there. And then she came up to me and said, Dad, what is this? And I was describing to her, it's my old gear, those are my old weapons, my old belts, my old keys. And she just looked at me with her eyes and, what is that? And she's like, show me. So I decided I didn't want to put them on, but I said, let's dress my daughter up. So we tried to put the gi onto her, and she was tiny. So her hands barely made it to the arms. You know, the pants came up over her head. But we dressed her up in it, and she was looking at me, Daddy, show me. So I showed her some of the moves, some of the katas I was doing, I showed her some of the moves, and she had these large eyes the size of saucers. And I must have looked like a superhero from her cartoons, what she was thinking. She was watching me do the moves, and I could see in her eyes, she really wanted to do it. And she was trying to imitate the moves I was doing in this way too big gi that she was wearing. And she must have been only about 4 or 5 years old at that time. And she's trying to run through the moves, just going through it. And I knew then and there that I couldn't leave that chapter closed. So I talked it over with my wife and decided this would be a good time for her to possibly learn some of the martial arts. So we shopped around, we looked around for all the various dojos. All of them were terrible. And then we stumbled across a perfect dojo. You might have heard of it, you might have seen it. It was right there next to Trader Joe's. got there, and my daughter had the best experience she could have had in her first introductory session. Sifu Laura, she kind of went through it, and just brought the life right out of my daughter. She was ready for it. She just wanted to go. Literally to the point where it was our first day. We were doing in-house tournament the next day or the next week, and she's volunteering for it. And I'm looking at my wife thinking, there's no way she's going to do this. It's her first day of karate. And she wanted to do it, and they invented a little kata for her to do, and she learned computer. And from that point forward, I knew that she really wanted to did our best to help her through it, and I knew that I would be there for her every step of the way. So right now, it's a kind of emotional feeling for me, but to be here, watching her get her first black belt is the best feeling possible. So I'm taking a very proud dad seeing her first black belt from me. And that's the best feeling possible. So to round it all off, I do know my first dojo that I ever really had, my first real martial arts family back when I was a wee little Z, utilized, there's a word in martial arts that everyone uses called bliss. And it basically means anything you want to mean. It could basically mean try harder, yes, hold back, pass the pizza. It could be anything you want it to mean, basically. It's all what's going to you. A lot of times we used to use it as an ending. When you've done something really good, it's kind of an ending of a sentence. We also used to have, we really want to put a period at the end of it. We'd always end it with sa. So it could be if you're doing a final move to knock someone out in a tournament, or if you're actually just ending something, or there's nothing else that needs to be said. We just kind of end it with that one word of one sequence. So with that, I'd like to end this with sa.
All right, our next portion of the test or the promotion here is going to be sparring. So we're going to do that. Let's do it. Everybody out. How's the music? Is it pumped up enough? Should we play our new song for everybody? Too much pressure, my fault. Okay, so this next part is Chelsea Gloria. It's the only thing that makes me nervous. All right, so while they're getting their gear, I wanted to fill some time. So do a little bit of notes. All right, so I want to give out a special award to my mom. All right, I'll do my best. If I tear up, just don't judge me, right? So my mom would always say this. As a teenager, I was such a butthead. So a lot of you parents probably know what I'm talking about, right? My mom rides horses. And I was telling this story recently to Lauren somewhere. In school, I was very sentimental, and I checked out this magazine, and it was Horse and Rider. Anybody remember Horse and Rider magazine? And on the cover was my mom. I had no idea. Mom, look, I rented this magazine from the school library. She goes, that's me. I go, what? And she's like, you need to rent it. We got 50 copies. Like, so, anyways, my mom was just, she was her own style of athlete, right, as a horse trainer. And she would give me all these talks, and it took me so long to understand them. And one of it was, I can't look at you guys in the eyes when I talk. Look at this. I would play with my little buddies under the bleachers like kids do at a karate tournament when you're waiting 10 hours, right, just to compete. And she would give me all this advice. It's like with the horses, you gotta get focused, they gotta go over here. Take a minute to get yourself ready mentally and physically. It's like with the horses, you just hear me, okay, Mom. I was always listening, and it took me years, you know. Once you move out and you're eating top ramen for a little while, you start realizing how right your parents were. And so, Mom, we're giving you the Horse Lady Award. All right, that was it. We're done. The truth is, my dad does so much for me and our family, and every time he says the same damn thing, so I same darn thing. He goes, "You give me an award? Where's my award? When do I get that? You gonna give me a black belt? I built this place." My dad literally built the karate school. One of the other parents said, "Some of us know Manny." Right? I feel like he lives here. Anyways, Manny and my dad built the school. They did everything, and so my dad, what if I said Mom was a good teacher and you weren't? Would you be mad? My mom is good. She'll sit down and she'll talk you through it. My dad does not have that type of patience. He's a leader by example to the point it's almost obnoxious. Dad, I want to build this gate and this, the shoe rack. I already did it. I prefabbed it and we'll bring it down. We'll put it together on Wednesday. But he does everything for us. He comes over and me and Amber, we have something to do, and he'll start pulling weeds, and next thing you know, everyone's in the yard pulling weeds for an hour. And we were all done and tired, and he'll still keep going. One of the stories with my dad was, I went to San Francisco State, and I'm living in an apartment or something, and I didn't want to go to my first class at like 8 a.m. or something. And I got up and I went to my class. Not because I wanted to, but because my dad commuted from Knightson, which is a little town behind Oakley. He was already in San Francisco, and I woke up in San Francisco. So just the leader by example. So Dad, your award, they get everything. Oh, I'll tell you about some pressure my dad put on me. Let me just explain this, because I think they're almost ready. The pressure my dad put on me was very simple. He never said when or you're a failure or anything like that. He would go, hey, I heard you did 5 miles in your class. Were you the first one done? I said, Steve 10 beat me. And he goes, what? He's old. You play soccer. You're in good shape. Beat him next time. That was as much pressure as you put. Tim couldn't find me next time. And then we went to the Philippines to compete in a world title, or a world state fighting championship. And he just said, hey, it's kind of expensive. Win for me, okay? That was the most amount of pressure my dad ever put. And he may have said something like that to me in the last week. So if I look more chiseled and buff the next year when you see me, it's because of his little comments. So I have some work to do. But it's always a subtle thing, but that type of pressure allowed me to grow and do it. And all the accomplishments in martial arts became mine because I had parents who supported me. So we're gonna give my dad the Sensei Iron Man. I have to do my connection today. I don't always get from that. So let's get back to the show. That was enough about me and my family. It's time for more speeches. Okay. Heidi Ion, xin chào. All right, this is my last Pod Awards. Badass Mom Award, Heidi Chung. Heidi's also very hard on herself. And she just has a relentless spirit. I know that some of this stuff, running 5 miles, doing all those mile rounds, it can be quite intimidating. She tackles it with a relentless enthusiasm unknown to mankind. Let's give Heidi a big hand for the relentless spirit.
Thank you everyone for showing up. I guess I'm a teenage, in my mind I'm a teenager, I don't have any speech prepared, but I just want to say thank you to everybody here. Thank you for the team for showing up and supporting us. Thank you for Chief Wade, always giving me a good pat in the back saying, don't look back, always look forward. Thank you to Sifu Nate for sending me those reels. There are some curse words, so I will not say them, but basically it means just don't stop, just keep going. So, and then I want to say thank you to my family members who are out in the audience for always supporting me at 6 a.m. Yeah, they don't have to do it, but they do it anyways. My son who's in the back and my husband who's at the door, thank you always for supporting me and showing me that don't stop, just keep going. And so I just want to say thank you to everyone. And yeah, I'm gonna stop now.
All right, guys. Instructor Ian, we'll do a head count at home. Remember, how many people on staff do we need to do this for? And I'll say out everyone's name except his. I'll walk right past. Like Ian is he's the most quiet, humble guy, hard worker. He's really gained a lot of power this year. Everything I'm always saying, hit hard. And man, he's doing it. The best part was his sister, where you guys at? There they are, okay. She did her black belt, and it was the COVID kind of thing. Everything was still kind of weird, not sure what's going on. So everyone had to bring their single partner for their 8 months of training. So I said, well, Asha, if you want to do this, you've got to get somebody. Ion's perfect. He wasn't meant to go through his black belt training, but he did every step of the way before his actual black belt event. And there'd be times where we would laugh, because Asha would be done running, and Ion would be like a mile behind. And the guy wasn't even supposed to, he was just supposed to help his sister be partner. And he would still be running. He would finish every mile we asked him to. So when this guy went to black belt school, we all just laughed. He was ready more than anybody. But again, quiet, humble, we're going to give you the humble hero of the line.
Like he said, I'm kind of quiet and not very loud. He's always telling me to be first, hit harder, and then be louder. And I feel like this flight, I've done almost both of them. When I first started martial arts, I wasn't that big of a fan of it, but my parents kept pushing me to do it. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here earning my 2nd degree. So thanks to my parents and my family for pushing me and always supporting me. And then I want to say thank you to all the instructors. Back in Flight 9, when I was running those laps when I didn't even have to. Instructor Larry was always with me. He was always getting me to keep running, not walking, and he was getting my endurance up, so without him, my endurance would not be the same. Sifu Nate is always pushing me to be better, hit harder, and same with Chief and every of the other instructors too. Without them, I wouldn't be where I am today. And then I'm leaving for college in a couple months, so this would have been like I'm on my 10th year right now, but I can't complete it because I'm going to college. But I'm excited to keep training with this flight because my favorite part of my first flight, Flight 10, was the bond that we all formed, and I'm just really excited to keep training for the next couple months. I've also been an instructor for quite a bit now, and it's just been very exciting to teach a new generation, and for the next couple months before I leave, I want to continue to be a good role model for hopefully the new generation of black belts. Thank you.
Here today. There's so many. It's so easy to talk about this guy. He's good at everything. He's a good guy. He's just a workhorse. He just gets stuff done and just teaches all the time with the best attitude. He's always here for all your kids. Not enough good things you can say about it. We're going to give him the People's Champion. And the next one is